Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. So, tonight we're doing a special live. It's Friday the 13th. We are multi streaming, guys. We are over on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch and TikTok all at the same time. So, four different platforms. So, bear with me as I get everything started. Guys, tonight's live will be short and sweet. I definitely got held up at work, so I was a little concerned. I didn't want to cancel, and I didn't want to reschedule because I have some very important information that I want to give you for Friday the 13th. So we definitely had to get the live done tonight, right? So I did push it back an hour. So if you're seeing me live, welcome, welcome. My apologies for the delay, right? TikTok hasn't gotten us yet for the video, so that looks encouraging. All right, guys, I'm going to get started. I'm going to actually go over a ritual that I did put on your screen. It's on the video. So if you come in late, all the directions are there. Look at you, Sherry. Welcome, welcome. So I want to talk about the ritual. If you want to do it tonight, I would recommend doing it tonight, right? But really, you can do this ritual anytime. This is actually just a cleansing ritual, very simple and sweet. Won't need a lot of um, supplies or anything like that. Let me pull up my notes real quick. I see you ladies coming in. Welcome, everyone. All right, so let me get over to my notes. We'll get through that. And then I am going to offer a free reading tonight. It is a reverse your luck reading. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it after I give you this information. But yeah, so here goes, guys. So first, I want to talk to you about why it's considered unlucky. How many of you guys heard that today? Friday the 13th is an unlucky day. I feel like I heard it all day long. I'm going to give you some examples of why I feel, everybody thinks that this day is unlucky, right? So the first example I have is biblical and mythological roots. So, for example, this is something I heard, Last Supper betrayal, right? So in Christianity, of course, there was Judas, the betrayer of Jesus. He was the 13th guest at the Last Supper, right? And of course, Jesus was crucified on a Friday. So that's a big, strong belief that it's an unlucky or bad day. There's also this Norse mythology. So there's like a dinner party of these 12 gods. And apparently it was ruined by Loki. Again, the 13th guest showed up uninvited, and it led to chaos and death. So these are just two big examples of why people think that Friday the 13th is a unlucky or a bad day, right? There's also the Knights Templar massacre I found. So on Friday, October 13th of 1307, King Philip IV of France ordered the arrest and execution of the Knights Templar. So that's linking the date of, of course, to betrayal and doom. So again, not too surprising that people think Friday the 13th is like, unlucky or bad. It's also there's fear mongering, I feel like, with this day. How many of you guys have watched the Friday the 13th movie with Jason, right? So that kind of cemented that the day was cursed in people's, in today's time. A lot of people know that like some buildings skip the 13th floor, and some airlines, of course, avoid gate 13. So a lot of reasons why people think that it's an unlucky day. But let me talk to you about why Friday the 13th is actually considered a lucky day. Dina's on to it down there. All right. So I have a few different examples. First, the ancient goddess connections, right? So, first, Freya's day is on Friday. In Norse tradition, Friday was sacred to Freya, the goddess of love and fortune. And then we have 13 is actually the number that correlates with the sacred feminine. So many pagan cultures saw 13 as sacred because of the 13 lunar cycles in the year. Also 13 witches in a coven. So that's one. I also have Italian luck. So in Italy, Friday the 17th is actually considered an unlucky day. And then the 13th is actually considered fortunate, right? So some also believe that 13 brings prosperity. Like, for example, did you guys know that on the $1 bill, there's a 13-step pyramid, right? And then um, many people also, like, especially in the finance world, I feel like they embrace the day. Some even say that it's a day of unexpected wins, and some lotteries and casinos actually report that there's higher payouts on Friday the 13th. So there's still time, guys, if you haven't got your lottery ticket or you haven't made it, right? Still time for the luck of this day. So here's some fun facts and odd traditions. I'm not going to be able to say this word. I can't believe I even put this in my notes, but it's huge. Parasicovidicotrophobia. I totally messed that all up. That's actually the fear of Friday the 13th, in case you guys didn't know, right? Let's see. Another fun fact is Taylor Swift. So, for all you Swiftie fans out there, it's actually her lucky number because she was born on the 13th and she considers it like her lucky charm. Let's see. The stock market we talked about. Okay, so here's what you should do. So if you're superstitious, of course, just avoid things like black cats and ladders and, that kind of stuff on this particular day, right? If you're a rebel, play the lottery, take a risk, and wearing red could definitely have been very helpful today. Hi, Jenna, Vanessa coming in on Facebook. Welcome, welcome, ladies. All right, so here's my final verdict for Friday the 13th. Are you ready, guys? Luck is what you make it. And what I found from doing the research is that it looks like if you go way back into way back time, it looks like Friday the 13th and the number 13 itself was actually very like I said earlier, it was celebrated. It definitely was correlated to the feminine because of the cycles, right? So I do find it very interesting that, in whatever period of time they decided to take that away from the feminine, or I guess hide it, right? But I feel like as we go through our awakening, we find more and more stuff like that, right? Sandra, welcome, Sandra. So I do want to say that Friday the 13th, yes, we all have our feelings about it, but honestly, if you go back to the history of it, I think it actually is something that's very, very powerful, right? All right, guys. So that's what I had for Friday the 13th info. Here's going to be the reverse the curse luck ritual. And guys, I put this on your screen. So if you came in late or you miss it now, it doesn't matter. Screenshot it, write it down. It's super simple, right? I will say the best time to do it is going to be before the 13th is over because we're setting a specific intention, right? But you can do this anytime, guys, anytime. So here's what you're going to need. Again, trying to keep it as simple as possible. A black candle is preferable, but really you can use any candle. I'm actually going to use a white candle. um a small mirror. I'm using my makeup mirror, but any small mirror will work. A coin, it doesn't matter, a penny, a dime, a nickel, a quarter, whatever. You'll need salt. I have a specific salt, but you can use regular table salt. And this is optional. You can get a piece of citrine, pyrite, or cinnamon. These are going to be for like extra luck boosters. I love you, Sandra. Thank you. All right, so this is going to be the step-by-step ritual. I'm going to go over it. Have mercy. They keep flagging me on TikTok because of my video. It's so upsetting. Like, I made that video. All right, but anyway, I'm going to go over, and again, it should be on your screen there. So, and again, here's my tip before we get started, right? Do this in a very I feel like we take these rituals, I don't know, some people have such a ill feeling about the label itself. And then some people, I feel like you're making too much of a like a big deal about it, like I did when I first started my spiritual awakening. We're really limiting ourselves. So make this a with a playful spirit, right? And the more you lean into defying the superstition, then the stronger the luck is going to be. Just saying. All right. So first thing you want to do is set the space. So light your candle, which I did before I started the live. I forgot that we're going to start the live and then light our candles. I'm just so used to preparing, getting everything ready. I lit my candle before we started. And say, I turn fear into fortune and bad luck into blessings. And then you're going to do the mirror shield. So you'll place the mirror facing upward and you'll put the coin on top. And you can sprinkle a pinch of salt around it too. That's going to help you dispel any bad vibes. And this is going to be the luck invocation part. So you're going to hold the coin in your hand, close your eyes, and say, by 13's power, I claim my luck. What was cursed now shifts, and I call it up. That's it. And to seal the deal, you're going to blow out the candle and you'll carry that coin in your wallet or in your pocket for 13 days. Super easy, super simple, right? All right, guys, the extra booster. So if you want love luck, you can use the rose quartz near the mirror. If you want money luck, you can rub the coin that you're using with cinnamon. And if you're feeling really bold, you can walk backwards 13 steps after finishing the whole ritual. And that's the reverse the curse, right? All right. So I just want to point out why it's helpful. The mirrors, because it bounces back the negativity. The salt, in case you guys were wondering, it purifies. And then, of course, 13 becomes your number and not something that you fear, right? Eddie says, I didn't realize it was Friday the 13th till like an hour ago. Oh my gosh, I feel like I've heard it all day. And I had to work late, so I was so worried that I mean, I can't reschedule Friday the 13th. So I was so worried we weren't gonna get to it. All right, guys, first thing I want to do is go over here and check on TikTok. I love TikTok. I do. I swear I do. But oh my gosh, they will flag anything for everything. It's insanity. All right, still looking okay over there, Sandra. And I'm so glad you're here because I picked out a set of cards to do the free readings. Guys, I am offering free readings, but it is a specific reading. A specific reading. So it is on your screen right there. And it's 3 cards. And what I'm looking at is an opportunity that you don't see, something that will bring you luck, and then what to expect. So if anyone is interested in that specific free reading, you can let me know in the chat, of course. But I'm going to do a quick collective just to see where everyone's at today. I know I tried to make Friday the 13th fun, but you know, in the real world, it's pretty tough out there today. I feel like I guess it was about late last night when I seen the breaking news, which of course is, you know, I've been at work for the last however many hours, so definitely could have changed from midnight last night. But needless to say, there was a lot going on. A lot of prayers were said, right, before bed last night. So, um, yeah, I just think it's important that we check in with the collective and see how everyone is feeling. Oh, that's awful. Let me go check on it. Um, I still see video on YouTube. Dina says she's got no video, guys. Let me know if there's no video on YouTube. Chosen Divine Woman sent thumbs up for 10 jewels. What is that? Ooh, that's cool. Something new. I love you, Dina. I hope you have video. Oh, you're saying what happened? Well, there was some bombings in some countries. I really don't want to get into the whole thing because I don't know. It made me super sad. Um, but I don't know. We talked about some of the politics and whatnot on Wednesday, and like I just don't want to make it a thing, where it's every single live, right? We need a break, right? And that's what I'm here for. Like that's what we're doing is we're going through this healing journey, and we need a break from this stuff from time to time. So I don't want to talk about it every single live. But yeah, there's some scary stuff happening, I guess, between Israel and Iran. I definitely worry because, of course, we have some followers, some very important, dear to my heart, followers in Israel. So yeah, we try to keep an eye, on the news and whatnot. Thank you, Sandra. It says we're going over there, but they definitely gave us the flag for my video. I appealed it. Same thing happened with all 12 signs, and I appealed it, which I won the appeal, but I didn't win the appeal until the live was over, so it was too late. Andrea over on YouTube, welcome. All right, let's do quick collective. Let's look at masculine energy. So King of Pentacles, it's definitely a stepping up to the plate. That's weird. I feel like that's a little bit different than Monday night. So the last time I looked at the collective would be Monday when we read Love and Astrology. And the masculine definitely was not stepping up to the plate. So seeing King of Pentacles coming out now is pretty significant. So it's pretty, I guess it's interesting though, because like we were just talking about, like what's happening in the world. Don't you guys feel like we're all having to mature pretty quickly, right? Like things are getting pretty real, right? Um, so I guess that, it's kind of giving me that energy, the King of Pentacles for the masculine, like this is a mature energy. It's like I'm ready to the masculine energy is the protector and the provider energy. And again, it doesn't have anything to do with like male or female, right? But it does feel like the energy is ready to do just that. I do see the 9 of Cups. So 9 of Cups is like divine wishes being granted. That could put the masculine energy into alignment if all of a sudden the things that they're trying to manifest start coming into fruition, right? It puts all of us into alignment pretty much. But I feel like it's more about understanding that if they're going to get something that they want, then there's something they're going to have to do, right? All right, let's look at the feminine energy. So I see Page of Swords. Page of Swords is going to be higher learning. You want to know more about something. But the interesting part is that you're not really communicating. So pages are students. They're never like at their fullest potential, right? And the Page of Swords is actually known as being like the watcher card, like someone's watching, but they're not talking. It's also the card where like they're looking over their shoulder. So the feminine could be like learning something about their past, communicating with someone from their past, maybe wanting to know more about someone from their past. All right, let's look at the bridging energy. So I have Queen of Pentacles coming out. So we have a match. We have the King and Queen out on the table. So of Pentacles, I normally prefer the King and Queen of Cups, right? That's the unconditional love. But there is this energy of like maturity. There's this energy of ready to learn more, ready to step up to the plate, that type of energy. All right. So that is a pretty different, I would say, shift in the collective in just the last 5 days, right? All right, so Sandra, you gifted me these beautiful cards. Don't laugh. I can't remember what they're called. Um, I even tried to go look for the box, and I can't remember. I can't remember where I put the box, but I want to use them tonight for our reverse your luck readings. All right, how about is there video on YouTube now? And guys, we're not gonna make any lists tonight. I'm just gonna randomly go through here and pick the ones that stick out. Dina says now it's up. Okay, so mine was up, but it was froze. Like it wasn't actually playing. I just noticed it. Is that Nama? Welcome, Nama. Good morning. I'm actually late tonight, so we're on a little later, I guess, than normal. All right, so now it's going okay. I'm gonna do Vanessa first. I don't know why, but Spirit's like every time I'm getting ready, like I'm coming home from work and I'm thinking about like the readings that I'm gonna do and the reading I'm gonna offer. I keep seeing Vanessa's name. Like I don't I don't know what that's about. And I just want to say if anyone sees divine timing, please let me know. Catherine, welcome. Look at all you guys out on Friday the 13th. How was everybody's Friday the 13th? It was good luck day, right? Tell me it was good luck day. Thank you, Sandra. Secret language of light. Oh my gosh, I gotta write that down somewhere. Perfect. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you. So Friday the 13th indeed. Yeah, that's true, Nama. Very, very true. I just want to say for me, that was on the 12th. I couldn't sleep. I can't remember what I stayed up. It was so late. And then like when I woke up this morning, I got in trouble because I'm not allowed to turn my I'm not allowed to look at my phone when I first get up. And I was really bad about like waking up 3 or 4 times at night and getting on my phone every time I got up, like checking my stats, emails, all I'm running a business here, you know what I'm saying? So like checking all this stuff and I'm not allowed to do that anymore. It's been very hard. So like I have to get up, go to the bathroom, whatever I gotta do. It's like I gotta leave my phone there. I'm not allowed to touch it, can't look at it. This morning I jumped up and I was like, no, I should be able to, like look at the news and turn it on. Um, and I wasn't allowed to. It was rough, rough. And then I had to go to work. And I do activities at a resort, so I didn't even bother. I couldn't. There was no way I could go look, updates or anything like that while I was at work. And then I came straight here. So yeah, I literally don't know anything since last night. I'm also being tested in my faith, to say the least. Yes, most definitely. Lots of prayers and love and all of those things. All right, free readings. I picked Vanessa first. Is her name on the screen? Does it say? It does. Sweet. All right, so what we're looking at is an opportunity you don't see, Vanessa. I'm also going to look at um, something that's going to bring you luck and what to expect. It's hard. I'm so trying not to get emotional. Like I just, I've been getting hard lessons. I feel like this week, it feels like I've been hearing like spirit say like, how am I gonna teach other people faith or how to grow their faith if my faith is questionable every time something happens? And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like from January to now, um, something has happened every single day. Every single day. It's like to a boiling point, right? So it's hard. It's hard. All right, Vanessa, first card out. Okay, an opportunity that you're not seeing. We have Divine Feminine. It's number 31. Divine Feminine is the creator. Okay, so the message was pretty clear. If you're unbalanced, like if you're more in your masculine energy, if you are protecting and providing more than yourself, than you're nurturing or healing or um, like self-care energy, then it's like an injustice, right? It's like you're going without stuff or it's making it harder for you to manifest stuff because you're not tapping into that feminine energy. So this is an opportunity that you don't see coming. um so it's very possible that you just start to balance that out more. um I heard the word control. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, but that could be just me. But I feel like for like you, if I use myself as an example, um, women, I guess men too, I shouldn't say women, try to control a lot, right? It's usually because we feel like things are out of control in our life. So we're trying to control everything, but really we don't have any control on things. Does that make sense? So it's like if you can let something about the control go, you can be more balanced when it comes to your feminine energy, and then that could bring all kinds of different opportunities. Like I'm just seeing doors, like a hallway of doors. So it's like there's all these opportunities that are just waiting for you to balance your masculine and feminine energy out. All right, the next thing I'm gonna look at is I have to go remind myself. All right, so now I'm going to look at where luck is coming from and then what to expect. The number 5 healing card comes out, Vanessa, for where luck is coming from and what to expect. We have the focus cards. You have 31, 5, and 37. Here's what I'll tell you about all 3 cards. All 3 cards show the person in the lotus position. I'm talking about the meditation position. And it shows like their chakras being lit up. So there's definitely something about like internal balance that's needed. All right, I hope that was helpful, Vanessa. Faith over fear, yes. Definitely getting that lesson. And I feel like I've been saying that for the 4 years that we've been doing PLR, right? Um, and it's like, don't laugh. But it's like I can't just talk about it anymore. Like I actually have to do it now. But what I will say is I've had all these years to see that like spirit was always right. There's never been one time that God has let me down, not a single time. You know what I mean? Now things didn't work out the way that were said, but it was because I didn't do things the way I was told to do them. Does that make sense? So it's like now it's complete surrender. All right, Catherine. Catherine on Facebook. I miss being able to hear music in the background. All right, Catherine, this is going to be your reading. So the first thing I'm looking at is an opportunity you don't see. Light beings comes out. Light beings. That's really easy. So the picture shows the galaxy, and there's a face made out of the stars in the galaxy. So there is a strong belief that we are light beings, right? And that we so I heard the word download and codes, so that we receive, information sometimes unknowingly, right? So I'm seeing a couple of different things. I'm seeing the Schumann resonance. I'm seeing like you receiving like downloads and codes, right? And what I mean by downloads is like you're receiving information from source, that gives you like an internal knowing. All right, Catherine, something that's going to bring you luck. Ooh, you got number 7. Nothing has gone wrong. It shows the yin yang symbol. So, you're probably on a pretty specific type of spiritual awakening journey, right? And that situation brings you luck. I know it does me. So we talked about that on Monday night, guys. If you guys missed Monday night's live, um, I'm going to wrap this one up pretty quickly. We won't be on too late tonight. But if you guys missed it on Monday night, I would go over to my YouTube channel under the live tab and check it out. Um, why does it keep doing that? So funny. Oh, because I didn't hit the loop button. All right. Anyway, on Monday night, we talked about tapping into the collective, especially when you are needing like courage and strength and perseverance through something. So that might be something that you find helpful. All right, so here's what to expect for Catherine. Number 17, visualize comes out. Again, the lotus. I'm kind of getting this picture of you A lot of us manifest through daydreaming. I know it sounds weird and silly, but it's true. Um, so I'm getting like this picture of you, maybe like recently looking out a window and saying, "This is what I want," or maybe even asking why something hasn't arrived. Um, I think something took longer. Information took you took longer to understand downloads and information, and it could be something as simple as just visualizing what it is that you want. It's what to expect. So I feel like you've been doing this. So whatever you've been daydreaming about could definitely be what to expect, right? All right. I hope that was helpful. All right. Who else? Let me know. Let me know in the chat while I go around and check everybody's stuff. She says, so true, mostly in my dreams. Love it. Lynn on YouTube. Hello. I will say, guys, multi streaming on 3 platforms was pretty cool. Um, 4 platforms is like, oh, what? Oh no, no. Oh my gosh, we were talking about that just the other day. I was like, she's gonna go home and find it under her bed, or I forget what I said, but yeah, I definitely saw a blanket. So, oh, all right, I'm gonna do Namas. All right, let's do Namas. All right, so opportunity that you don't see. Opportunity that you don't see. I have number 40 color. It shows the heart chakra. So there's gonna be something with the heart chakra, love, the heart space. Ooh, a person of color. I mean, I don't know. That's what it says. All right, something that's gonna bring you luck. Transformation. It's number 19. I feel like that's pretty easy. It's just us, when you awaken, you change, right? Like you heal. Something about the number 19. All right, what to expect? Alignment. It's number 14. It shows a sword. It kind of looks like Ace of Swords in tarot. So like new communication, new understanding of something. All right, I hope that was helpful. He said there's a lot of that. I love it. Did I see Dina say she wanted one? I did. All right, Dina. And Sherry. I feel so bad, Lynn. There's got to be something about blankets. I swear, I saw blankets. That's all I saw. All right, Dina. So, an opportunity that you don't see, it says, let your light shine. So this time, same, so not the load. Okay, you know how the lotus position, when you're meditating and your hands are down with palms up on your knees. You know what I'm talking about? So in this picture, she has her arms up over her head, and there's this huge golden heart with, of course, this like burst of light coming out of her hands. So, an opportunity that you don't see is you have some type of massive light. Um, it's going to be an opportunity to shine your light and show someone something, guide someone in some way. All right, something that's going to bring you luck. Soul song. It's number 41. Do you listen to frequency music? I watched this video the other day. This guy was talking about soul songs. Um, like, so everybody's already learning, like scientific proof, right? That frequency music does something to our DNA, right? To our cells. They haven't necessarily come to an agreement about what that something is. Some people believe it's healing, alignment, that kind of stuff, right? There was a video I watched. I don't remember. I want to say it was yesterday, day before. And the person was talking about how every person has a soul song. And it made me think, like when I first heard the person talking, I thought they meant like we all have a favorite song that we like to listen to, you know what I mean? And that could be possible too. Like you could have a song that has a frequency that you feel really, really good every time you listen to it. And if you're, I'm saying like looking for something to bring you luck, you could play that song. Definitely, that could be it. But I think it's more about frequency because there are certain like hertz that you can listen to that could bring in such things as like positive energy, positivity, good luck, good fortune, that kind of stuff. So that could be something to look into as well. Look, she already knows. She's like, I'm listening to 852 frequency. I love it. All right. So what to expect? Channeling. It's number 3. Do you channel? Definitely could be receiving some new messages, right? I love that. She said, that's funny you said that. I'm working on a song about the soul. Love it. All right. I'm just checking on everyone, making sure. The video's not working on footage. I wonder what is up with the videos. It's different platforms too, so it's like it's gonna have to be a me issue. Sandra, it was super busy over there until right before you came, because we got the flag for my video. All right, Sherry, here you go. You don't? I thought you did. Are you starting with a new one? Uh-oh, Carson's awake. You guys hear him? All right. He's mad. All right, Sherry, here we go. Opportunity that you don't see. Soul Song comes back out. Totally just saw that card. Same thing though. Um, if you're not listening to like frequency music, definitely could help with like alignment. All right. Grounding comes out. That's going to be for luck. So something weird that I noticed happened this week. I wasn't allowed to go out very often. Actually, I wasn't allowed. If I go against the guidance, then it's like life's more challenging, right? So I try to listen, and then life's not as challenging. So like I wasn't able to go out, and there was a couple times I wanted to go do different things, and it was like something would come up and show me that like no, I don't need to go do that. And a lot of people were like out in the world, like Sherry was telling me, she was at work, and it felt like there was a lot of people that I knew that were like out dealing. It was during the full moon, so it was like out dealing with that full moon energy. And people were kind of, I guess all full moons really. Um, People are kind of like grouchy, right? Extra on full moons, right? No, no, Sandra, you fixed it. That's what happened. You came and fixed it. Um, and I remember I said something to her like, smile and kill him with kindness, right? But grounding, that's really what we're supposed to be doing. And we're supposed to be doing it like before we leave the house, right? Really, it's like first thing in your morning ritual, right? Your morning practice, it should be grounding. Um, so yeah, like that's something that could help with all that extra energy from people, especially in everything that's happening right now. I want to be like with the astrology, but really it's just, the astrology is just a confirmation of everything that's happening right now. You can just look out into the world and see. And that's another thing, guys. Like I was getting ready for July transits, and it's like, man, July, July looks fierce. All right, Sherry, what to expect? Manifestation, it's number 25. You're manifesting something, ground yourself, and it will help. All right. I think I'm going to do one more. I'm going to pick one more, guys. Let me know in the comments, in the chat, wherever you're watching from, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Let me know. One more. Reverse your luck. Guys, I'll be back Monday night. Love and astrology, and I'll offer some more readings. Wednesday we'll do all 12 signs again, and we'll be caught up, so we'll be looking at the week ahead. We're actually going to be looking at the Cancer new moon. We're going to talk about that Cancer new moon Monday night. However, it's very possible that Friday night will be moved to Saturday night. I hate to do it. I really was enjoying having Saturday and Sunday off. But and I do work all day, like Saturday during the day, at the park. But we're starting to get busy. We're starting to get busy. So what happened like today, I wasn't able to come on at 8 o'clock. I had to push it back to 9. I'm so glad so many of you guys showed up. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all so very much. But yeah, so in order to not have to keep, rescheduling and that type of thing, I most likely will just change Friday nights to Saturday nights. So if you guys see that in the schedule in the near future, that is the why, right? It is a summer job, it's not year round. So just a few more months, I'll be back full time and we'll go back to normal, right? Thank you, Nama. Thank you. Andrea. Len. Is it just the two of you? All right, I'm gonna do Lynn's and Andrea just hang out and we'll do yours really quickly. All right. So I'm gonna do Lynn's first. Tell me that it says Lynn on your screen. Very good. My YouTube is super delayed. All right, Lynn, here we go. First thing I'm looking at is an opportunity that you don't see. An opportunity that you don't see. You guys are not gonna believe it. This one is number 33. Oh, it's Soul Love. It was saying Soul Song, right? The other time it was number 31, said Soul Song. This one's 33. It says Soul Love. Soul Love. I have merch that says Soul Love. And that's gonna be a twin flame thing. So just pointing that out there. All right. Let's look at something that's going to bring you luck. Something that's going to bring you luck. I have insight. It's number 13. So clearly the threes are sticking out to me, Lynn. 333. Insight again, lotus position, meditation. So something that's going to bring you luck is going to be quieting the noise going within, right? Do you listen to not necessarily frequency music, but now I'm hearing like spa music. It's giving me like what you would listen to when you're meditating. All right, Lynn, what to expect? Soul writing. It's number 20. It actually shows an angel with wings, white wings coming down from the sky. Soul writing gives me like, you guys ever heard of automatic writing? You guys ever heard of that? All right, Lynn, I hope that was helpful. All right, Andrea, last one. Last one. I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I'm hungry. I got to go find dinner. And I'll be back Monday night. Monday night, 8 p.m. We're going to talk about the Cancer new moon. And of course, I will offer some free and paid mini readings then. All right, Andrea, what opportunity you don't see? I have soul tree. It could be like soul family. connection to the collective. All right. And something that will bring you luck. Number 5, healing. I will say with the healing card, it looks like the crown chakra is lit up and there's this huge explosion of light coming from the crown chakra. So that could have something to do with like healing the mind, healing your connection to source. And then what to expect, Andrea, you have number 14, alignment. And again, it has that Ace of Swords that says new communication. Was that it? Was that last one? All right, Jenna. I see you, Jenna. All right, here we go. Real quick, Jenna. Expansion. It's number 44. That's the opportunity that you don't see. Something that will bring you luck, divine feminine, soul family coming out for what to expect. I will say that the soul family is really, really purple. It's giving the violet color. Strong twin flame, right? All right, that's it, guys. Wrapping it all up. I love y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for coming in late. Again, if you notice next week that we went to Saturday, that is the why. Monday night, Cancer what did I say? Cancer new moon. I think it's going to be one of the best lunations. I feel like one of the nicest ones. It's Cancer, guys, so it's going to be emotional. But I will offer some free and paid mini readings on Monday night, 8 p.m. Come back and join me. I hope to see all of you guys there. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journeys. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.